Hey guys, Landon Rivers here. Say, have you ever been to a city that was torn asunder and thrown into oblivion due to the actions of an unruly, godless tyrant? And now it's under the clutches of godless beasts and fiends? Well, join us today as we speedrun through Detroit. Divided City is an absolutely stunning map which I consider to have one of the best designs out of all the levels. There's several branching paths you can take to progress through the level to the end, taking you up, around, and over the complex geometry of this gorgeous cityscape now in the hands of the evil Dragatar. Each route has its own challenges, unique buildings, enemies, and rewards, and to reap the benefits of the entire level, you have to travel through all the nooks and crannies of the entire city, showcasing the artistic creativity of the designers. But with all that said, we blaze right past everything. This is literally the fastest level in the entire run. Alright, well, that's too bad. Let's get started on the equipment setup. If you're continuing on a single segment run, you're already set. All of the equipment used in Deserted Temple is more than enough to finish this level. You just need to spam enter and you are set. For those doing an individual run, here is a list of all the characters available and the list of restricted equipment. Also, here's the speedrun recommended loadout. You should expect to complete the level in less than a minute and 15 seconds following this route. Once again, we play the Huntress due to her quick kills and ranged attacks. Now let's begin the level. Skip the opening cutscene, spamming enter, then we head right into the level. Pull out your bow and load it full of burst arrows. Walk diagonally into the bushes and fall down onto the ramp. There's a goblin that will pop out and there's a chance he might block you. I find hugging the left wall typically avoids this, but he is easy enough to jump over if things get hairy. Turn the corner sharply and do a high jump up this stone siding. A reminder, to ensure you don't short hop, make sure you're not turning before your character jumps. Head up and around the goblin that jumps out of the raised walkway and we make our way to the next segment. At this point, we meet a new character to join the crew, the quick and agile halfling. She is defenseless, and when we enter the area, an orc pops out ready to kill her. Ooh, yeah, you know the story of the Good Samaritan? That guy wasn't a speedrunner. We run right past in a straight line, making sure not to step on the center of this grate or your foot will usually get stuck, and continue on through like the heartless bastards that we are. The way is clear for a while until we meet a goblin with a crossbow. He's not in your way, but there is a slight chance that his bolt can hit you, giving you a boost. Be thankful if it happens. You might at this point hear the sounds of the halfling dying back there, but we block it out of our memory and press on to a very important part of the run.
Well, what if she got away from the orc and it didn't kill her?
No, this time I mean it. She is dead, dead, dead. In this next area, we can clearly see the rift dividing the city. We need to jump over it. An orc death crafter has rigged a wooden crane with explosives, and it's originally intended that you walk across the fallen crane. But instead, what we have to do is make a long jump across the rift ourselves onto crumbling tiles. This can be considered one of the most dangerous parts of the run, due to the fact that if you miss this jump, you die, and the run is basically over. The geometry of the land leading up to this jump is a little awkward, and so there are 3 things that can happen. 1, you long jump and make it. 2, you short hop and die. Or 3, in some weird circumstances, jump doesn't work and you run off to your death. This rift is unforgiving, and sometimes even the orc deathcrafter falls into it. To make sure you are making this jump again, super important, make sure your character is not turning at all before you jump. That will eliminate the possibility of a short hop. The next is just finding a sweet spot to jump, and it takes some practice doing the level individually, but the level is short enough that it's no problem to do it over and over. If you're having an amazing run and just want to be safe, you can go around the left side of the crane and have a much easier jump over. The physics of the crane don't exist on the left side, so you can walk right through it. Going to the left side will cost you only about 0.6 seconds. Once you get to the other side of the rift, continue on up, chasing after the orc deathcrafter. Right behind you, a sorceress will spawn wielding a storm staff. Like the goblin before, there's a chance she could hit you with her unlimited power and give a little boost. As the orc starts to approach the corner, pull back on your bow and release to kill both the orc and the goblin that appeared. If you jumped over the rift on the left side, you won't have to worry about this part and can just continue on through. Now we get to our first genuine wall glide of the game. Ahead are a group of 3 mobs and a tall wall on the left. But if you approach this wall at an angle and jump, you can easily perform a super jump and glide along the wall, hopping right on top, avoiding everything. Run along the side and make a sharp turn as you come to the end. This next part is also a breeze to walk through, just make sure you are charging up your burst arrows as we approach the final area. Now for the final spot. A brute berserker waits to rush out as soon as we trigger the checkpoint. Pull back on the bow as you wait and watch him jump out. A very important thing to note is he has invincibility frames until the very end of his jump. If you fire too soon, you will waste your shot and cost yourself a lot of time. You'll notice his great axe lowering as soon as he goes into a walk animation. The instant you see that shift is when he is vulnerable. Release your arrows and you'll take him out in one hit. Killing him will trigger 2 armored goblins to drop from above. One drops near the cannon on the platform and one further out on the road to the final door. Kill them with grenade arrows and they're the last things to kill to end the level. These guys are the absolute worst, and I hate them, especially that first one. Lots of times he lands right on top of the cannon, and your arrow flies right through him and the cannon. Sometimes I find it easy to jump and shoot from above. To get the best time, after killing the first goblin, make your way to the exit area and take out the second goblin while you're already standing in the exit. The moment you kill the goblin, the level will end. Split when the screen fades to black. That's Divided City, a very quick and easy level. We don't need to worry about picking up any gold. We're already set with the gold awarded to us at the end of the levels. And, oh yeah, hey, guess what? We unlocked the halfling. Yeah, after all that emotional turmoil, we got super pranked. So join us next time as we journey through the Outlands and into the fiery Outland Wastes. This is Landon Rivers. See you next time, and it's about to get hot.